We are, but is it Kion something anime? I forgot the name of
Alright.
but there's been a lot of pushback from the SJW community talking about not all heroes wear capes. Like they're saying it's a good thing that somebody burned down their anime studio. Like they're happy people died. And now they're pushing it towards like a woman agenda. Like they're saying this is good for women. And I'm sitting here like, women died in that fire. But all
Okay,
of a sudden,
it's good. It's good for women, even though most of the anime that KyoAni makes are full female casts.
Not to
I'm sitting here
mention,
like,
their strongest
what?
animated character is fucking like a god and shit, and it's female. Like, bruh.
Exactly. KyoAni makes a bunch of female anime, and what?
Like, and,
What?
I'm just like, it's one thing not to like anime. I think you're stupid because I think if you don't like anime in the sense that you don't watch enough of it, because there's an anime for everything. You can say you don't like shonen because most shonen are roughly the same. So if you don't like one shonen, you may not like a lot of them. But anime is very broad. But I guess one thing that not like anime, but to say not all heroes wear capes when you hear news of over 33 people dying and 36 more getting injured, that's fucked up. That's why I don't like when the SJWs talk about peace and tolerance. When I'm sitting here like, who was the people who just laughed at a bunch of people burning to death in a fire? That's one of the worst ways to go, burning in a fire. Shit hurts.
Yeah, I'd rather freeze to death, honestly. Yeah, you just go to sleep.
That's not true. If you freeze to death like that, that's almost slow torture.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
fire.
yeah. I probably want to burn to death and freeze. I feel like freezing probably take longer. If
Like
you're like in
fire.
a bunch of pain for longer.
Like,
Yeah.
it's really like fire.
I mean, with freezing, don't you just go numb?
Yeah, but you know how weird it is to be trapped in your body all numb, and then your skin starts to freeze, it starts to crack open, the blood begins to freeze, your veins start aching, and then they oozes slow out. Yeah, it's not how it's in the movies, man. It should hurt. Like it begins just it's torture, it's slow torture, especially.
Come here, boy.
Oh
Shit.
That's not a good way to go. But so that's what I was waking up to. I sent SJ a video about it in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I was scrolling through stories and I'm just seeing Featherin and Featherin and Featherin. I'm just saying like, why are we bringing up Featherin? She's been so irrelevant for so long. And for her to just come out of nowhere in everybody's mouth, I'm just sitting here like, oh, what's going on? They released a new season of Umiko, and then everybody's just roasting Anbu or Anu.
A noob. They're a noob now. I gave them that nickname.
So like, what's been going down with Spencer and them?
I personally never talked to Spencer. I think he's probably a pretty chill dude, but Andu's just full of like Andu's like you remember the Awakened people, right? They weren't that big of a clan. I think Hack was an Awakened at one point. Yeah,
I like Awakened Alucard. Awakened Ichigo's kind of retarded.
Yeah, Awakened Alucard is okay at sometimes. He's kind of
Hack be like, start from the bottom, now we here.
I mean, can we really call anyone fruity when we got niggas like Q, SSJ, and Dim?
Hey, dog. I don't want to hear none from you talk about all this. Oh, I'll kiss you, dog, and all this other shit. Bro, I'm on that ass, Wishy. Don't you think? Talk about when you watch Futa porn, because regular porn won't suit you anymore. Don't you dare lie to me, bro. You said it so compassionately. You would even fucking stutter when you said that shit.
Not a word. You mean compassionate?
Well, I just made that fucking word. Bro, he said it with like such fucking like, I don't know, dog. Like he was so passionate about it. Like,
no, I did not. But anyway, the point is,
I don't watch voodoo porn because real porn. I watch this voodoo porn because real porn doesn't hit as hard. You're crazy.
I feel like, you know what? I feel like Ben's the kind of guy that watches hentai on mute so he can make his own story.
It's not even on mute. I just don't put the subs on. I watch it raw. Just like I can make the story myself. My stories become the slapping though.
I like how I was pretty much right, and then fucking what was it? I remember I was talking to Ambu, and then he was so feeding for a debate. He was like, yo, I debated if my dick was small or not. And I'm sitting here like, did you win? Did you win? What side were you on? He said I debated that my dick was small, and I'm sitting here like, all right, weird flex, but okay, good job, I guess. But how would that person counter it? Like, no, it's not. Your cock is super large. How would you debate that? Like,
Okay. Okay.
Get out. Like, I hate Spencer. Like, Spencer's, from what I understand in my interaction with him, he's kind of a weirdo, but he's decently cool.
Oh yeah, you remember that? This man said, "I will debate you with my dick."
I don't know.
Did he provide scans? Did he provide scans?
Wait, hold up.
Y'all niggas are gay.
I remember I was debating a dude. It was I think it was Itachi versus Murakami Madaka, and I was like, bro, Sharingan wasn't even working on her. He was like, yeah, well, I was like, so you're one of those people. I was like, do you think the Sharingan would work on fucking the one above all? He was like, yes. I was like, what? I'm sitting here like, and he didn't even know who the one above all was, and I was like, okay, you're not that dumb. Then I told him, he was like, yeah, but it would still work though, and I was like, I'm blocking you. Nothing to do with this. What was that chat? Remember, Sage, remember you started that chat with TS and,
Amber, yeah.
That was
Amber.
fucking dumb.
It was completely dumb.
I like how y'all added me after all the good stuff happened. I was mad about that.
Because you weren't even on.
Yeah. That was probably a week long.
Just gotta check. I'm checking the stream right now if your voices are recorded. Sin, you're good. Bushy, you're good. Sage, say something. Just anything right now.
What up, bro?
Alright. Let me check.
So, like, so y'all remember what that was about? Like, you know, that day Sage or Meg left TS, and then we were all like, okay, whatever, and Sage was happy he can be called Sage now. And then, and then fucking,
Better Sage. It's better Sage.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, Sage invites me to a random ass group chat, and I'm sitting here like, bruh. Luckily, I always wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm like, what the fuck? And then Spencer's in there complaining. I'm saying, could you just let Sage fight his own battles? Like, God, he's over here being his dad or something.
Gonna
Like,
fight this demon of hatred. I'm saying stuff so I can test out the stream.
Like, your friend's like, do not talk to me or my son ever again.
You cannot play with him anymore.
And then I'm just sitting there like, bro, he's a grown ass man. Like, Sage is like 18 years old going to college. He can defend himself. And then he just like, but I just want, you know, an olive branch, blah, blah, blah. Like, I thought TS was cool. I was like, you know, TS thinks most of y'all retarded, right? Why would you want to get an olive branch from us? He's like, I thought, like, we could just coexist and blah, blah, blah.
Alright,
you know
we good.
Right? He's like, but, like, coexist. And he was like, and I was like, he's like, I think you're a bad leader for letting this happen. I was like, I'm just letting y'all do what y'all want to do. They was going to leave anyway. He barely did it anyway. He wasn't there. It's like, cool. I don't care. Then he's still trying to talk about it. I mean, yeah,
Alright.
Clowns of the IBC anyway, like most of the Awakened members, yeah, like
Kyle.
yeah, Kyle. I'm kind of cool. I'm kind of cool. I'm kind of cool with Kyle. I don't have that much beef with Kyle.
Kyle's retarded though. Like, Kyle's cool. Like, I'm cool with Kyle, but he's retarded. He's kind of stupid.
Fuck you, Cal. Fucking Kyle, bro. Yo, I better see that nigga at Area 51.
We need South Park memes of Kyle now. That's just confirmed. We need South Park. But
Shut up, Kyle.
I remember you were trying to
Jew.
Sage had posted
Stupid
about
Jew.
And I was roasting Sage about Yu Yu Hakusho, and I said, we all know Yusuke is like planetary, right? And then him and that Kakashi Maz dude tried to debate me, and I was like, since y'all clearly have not read it or watched, you know, the shits, I was like, I'm gonna beat y'all in this debate with no spoilers. I literally one comment both of them, and they didn't want to at me again. I was like, yeah.
No, Kakashi Mask is probably the most retarded one of them I've ever met. Kakashi Mask, like he was trying to like downplay One Piece to city level because of a retarded versus Battle Wiki calc they had.
Bro, he tried to tell me that Logias aren't intangible because Luffy managed to hit Inaru with the bell. I was like, what?
So we're gonna act like that's not how rubber works?
Not to mention, it's a conductor. And then he likes to scale Fairy Tail in One Piece, and he's never really read or watched them. But he goes off other people's calcs, and he's never read the manga, or he'll go get out of context scans. Because to me, you can get an out of context scan, and you can do an okay job at scaling. But if you don't have anything else in that verse to scale it or compare it to, then you're stupid. Because like you can say Natsu's mountain level based off this attack. But if you look prior to like something before that, you can see that he's clearly higher than that. It's just him, low showing. But you wouldn't know that if you didn't read the manga. So I don't understand his logic. It's just like, what?
They're crazy.
Again, I'm very much I don't like to debate things I don't know about, because if I don't know anything about it, why would I waste time debating it? Because I don't. And plus, I probably still win because most people are fucking stupid. But like, I usually win my debates because I know both sides relatively well. Like when they had those Naruto versus this, that, and the other debates, and I was like, oh yeah, but I know Naruto better than half of the people in this fan base.
Since I'm awesome and I've clearly beaten the game before you, I feel like me and you should have a Ryu Hayabusa versus Sekiro debate in the future. You know?
I mean, well, I guess.
In the future, dog. You know, because
I've thought about it. And I've been
two
doing
forces clashing. You know. I'm just saying.
And the reason why I always say Ryu Hayabusa, especially with his highest scaling, with realistic scaling, him being city level, and again, if I equal statted them, I would always say Ryu Hayabusa is just a far superior ninja. Like his skills are just superior. It's like his swordsmanship's better, his arsenal of attacks are better. Like Sekiro, like yeah, he has those cool sword moves. So does Ryu, but one of them can throw fucking lightning at you and a fireball. And then granted, you can say, well, Sekiro can like toss it back, but then like, okay, like. What's that going to do? Not to mention, Ryu Hayabusa's sword literally kills gods, and it was created by dragon gods to kill gods. And then you got Sekiro's standard-ass sword that doesn't really have lore to it to state otherwise. So I'm just sitting here like, yeah.
I mean, you gotta admit, this nigga is out here, Sekiro out here killing like demons and shit with a regular-ass sword.
What does Ryu Hayabusa do on a daily basis? What does
Sekiro do on a regular basis, dog?
You're like, what is that? And what is this fodder right here?
Hey man, you just mad Ryu Hayabusa doesn't have a master like Sekiro does.
I mean, because he is the master. The fuck? Master Ryu. The head of the clan.
Jealous. Do I hear jealousy?
No. What? Ryu Hayabusa has endless bitches, man. He has dead or alive bitches.
He don't have a quiet ass master like Kuro, my nigga. Like,
you just like no cat boys because you're a faggot.
Hey, you're the one who sent me that shit, nigga. I don't even want to hear you talk.
But you like the message. Therefore, faggot, you ship Genichiro and Sekiro. I know you do.
Wow.
Bro, I don't know why the fuck is Hack Neko or whatever. I mean, even in the series that
I don't know. Hack's different.
I think he lost a bet. I know he lost a bet.
No, because he's been in that for like a long time.
I know, but I remember when he changed it, he said he lost a bet, and I was like, so is it permanently your name now? Because it's been that way for like 4 months now, dude. And fuck. Also, I've been seeing a lot of Suna tossed in debates recently. And it's
oh my god, don't bring that up, bro. People over here saying Suna's universal now, and it is.
Oh, we got niggas out here thinking Sakura from Naruto is like multiversal. So what you gonna expect?
I honestly think people are trolling.
They got her out version.
See, this is our shit I'm talking about. My thing is when it comes to Suna, like, I at best like solar system level. If you want to wank those black hole feats, because it really did say it had the same gravity as a star. If you want to wank, but no, it didn't really do anything that would denote that. Like all have the same gravity of star. Everybody's just chilling right next to it.
Exactly. No, because Reborn made a stupid, retarded statement saying that it would take the same amount of force as the Big Bang to destroy the black hole. So everyone's like, "Oh yeah, he's universal now. He's universal."
I was like, but like, how does Reborn know how much force the Big Bang took? It's
Is
fucking
it, Reborn doesn't know anything about Enma's flames. That's the first time he's met him. That is the first time he's seen Enma's powers. How would he know? Also, how would he know what a Big Bang is? Like, he doesn't know anything about it, so that doesn't make any type of sense.
Like you can also argue from Yu Yu Hakusho when Genkai says if Yu Yu could like wax the planet or obliterate Earth. You can say that she's never even known what an S-class demon was prior to that, so what does she have to compare it to? That in Sensui never flexed his power, so like, she wouldn't really know. But considering the fact that Yusuke just came back and she's like, "Yo, nigga could wipe the Earth." Yeah, I would count that as a Reborn statement. But then when you have prior to that Sensui saying that my power is too much for this earthly plane and like I can't fight because the Earth would be fucked. And then the fact that the demon realm is an allegedly infinite void, which would explain why all the S-class demons can go at it without blowing everything up. Sure. I think that has a little bit more validity to that than dude saying Big Bang is. How do you know what that is, Reborn? And considering he released his ultimate attack and barely blew up a island. Barely.
I mean, barely blew up the island. And it was
All I'm
okay.
saying, X-Burner's better than Rasengan, so...
Big fact. You know what I'm saying? I love Suna. I always will. Suna is one of my favorite characters in fiction. No, I won't tolerate him being wanked this hard.
Hibari's better. Hibari's that nigga. Like, Hibari's that guy that you don't want to go to school with because you're not trying to be on his bad side.
Yeah, no, I don't like this man Hibari. I don't know why. I just don't like this man.
I love him. He's like, because he's so unlikable. He's likable to me because, like, he's that anime character that you don't want to hang out with because you know if you do anything out of line, he will not hesitate to whoop that ass for the smallest of reasons. And it's like, Hibari could not be a police officer because, like, when I tell you, niggas, people would call him racist so fast because niggas like to get out of line, and Hibari will not tolerate that. He would be all over the news, talk about, man used a sexual force on young black teenager. Black Lives Matter would be on this man's ass every day. He'd be forced to resign, and you can tell he wouldn't give a fuck. He'd become a vigilante. He'd be like fucking Daredevil.
I wonder how long slice of life anime characters will last in our world.
Depends on the slice of life anime. Like fucking Triple X Holic or Holic Triple X. I think it's completely underrated. Honestly, it's amazing. I mean, for it not being an action series, I think it's a really good series. I think it's very quotable. I think it has a lot of life lessons, to be honest. And again, I like the shonen genre as much as the next guy, but sometimes I just want to watch a wise anime. Sometimes I just want to watch some shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't need Ichigo swinging his overly large sword. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Speaking of Ichigo, I'm getting so tired of Bleach fans. Like, I like Bleach, but Bleach fans are ruining it for me.
Okay, in what aspects? Are you talking about like Bleach wankers, or are you talking about like just Bleach fans like just going crazy?
There's Bleach wankers like Sage and Meg, and then there's people like Ola and then Uryu Ishida or Quincy Ishida. I forgot his name is Page.
Quincy Ishida is crazy. Quincy Ishida is on a different level.
We're talking about Kubo's the greatest manga of all time. He's the greatest mangaka of all time. I was like, Togashi, better than all of you hosts.
Who's
Even the chick who
Togashi again?
writes Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho's mangaka.
Okay. Ola hates me for this, but I didn't like Hunter x Hunter that much. I didn't like it.
How?
I mean, I can see that. I mean, I disagree.
I liked I loved the living soul out of Yorkmere City. I liked the Hunter exam. I liked Heaven's Arena, but Greed Island and the Chimera Ant arc, which I dropped it off on, I just didn't like it.
You dropped it off?
Yeah, I dropped it off like mid-Chimera. Yeah, I didn't finish the Ant arc. No.
You go back and finish it because it changes drastically. Like what? Like it starts off slow burn and it gets crazy. Now.
Hey, it starts off and keeps going for like what? How many episodes of the Chimera arc? Like what, 40-ish?
Like 40-ish. That's not too bad considering Naruto You have 100 episode
I
arcs and shit.
I read
No,
Naruto. I read Naruto. I didn't.
I read
I
after
watched it.
Pain. I just read Naruto and only came back with the Itachi fight.
When
To
you
this
read
day, I've never
Naruto
watched
but
it.
haven't finished the Antark.
Look, man, Yu Yu Hakusho over Hunter. Okay. That's it.
That's hard. Them fighting words, but that's hard for me. Like obviously, I like Yu Yu Hakusho.
Them fighting words, but she just
They really are. Like,
Talking
honestly,
shit.
If you walk into a room and be like, Yu Yu Hakusho is better than Hunter x Hunter, like 85% of people will be like, smoke? Now, me, a man of
Just know how
culture,
to-
would agree.
You let that smoke.
But like, again, that could be out of nostalgia. But with Ola, he refuses to even hear out another opinion. Now, the reason why I personally like the Greed Island arc, but the reason why I
about to
know
get on
why
his ass
people
right
don't
now,
like
live
it
on stream.
is the reason why I know why people don't like it is Togashi is very famous for his villains. You know, all of his villains are very interesting. They're very, captivating. And in Greed Island, the bomber is not that. And what I realized
trash.
about the Greed Island arc upon second viewing, because again, first viewing, I thought it was alright. I didn't really like it too much, but it was alright. It was passable. I realized that the bomber isn't the villain, but rather just an obstacle. The real villain, quote unquote, of the arc is really the environment that they're in, because if you really just look at it, it's a training arc. It's all what it is. But it's also an arc about self-discovery. It's really the time they really started pushing their abilities after discovering them, because before that they were just in Heaven's Arena. That's when they discovered them. But it wasn't until Greed Island that they fully got a grasp on what they wanted to do with it. So while they're in Greed Island, once they're going through all these obstacles, once they're learning more about themselves and the people that Jing hung around with, they also have to deal with Bomber. And it showed Gon's crazy amount of determination. Honestly, I think it foreshadowed what he was going to do to Pito. Because if a man is that crazy to blow his own fucking arm off, he would do a lot more. And then it really showed Killua's prowess, and when Killua began to worry for Gon a little bit. So that's why I personally like the Gon or the Greed Island arc, because I feel that Togashi really subverted expectation with it. And again, I don't think subversion is always good, but when done by masterful hand, it always is. And with him, again, like I said, he's known for his villains and how captivating, but for him to put a basic bargain bin villain there, will then do this very better than SAO gaming world, because you actually saw them level up, rather than Kirito episode 1, level 0, literally halfway through episode 1, level like 55. Like, how did we do this?
Out here.
So that's why I like Greed Island arc. But what Bleach fans, to me, is that they refuse to recognize that Kubo's world building, like I said, is really good. His character writing is pretty good, but it's his arcs that tend to suffer. Because his first 2 arcs, which I'm going to count the Katakura arc, the first arc when he's there, is the same thing. It's a Soul Society arc that all leads into that. So I'm just count that as one arc, even though it's 2. That's a really good arc, but the problem with that arc was that it was so big, so popular so quickly, that Kubo almost seemed to digress in his writing style. Because if you look at the first few chapters of Bleach, you saw that it was more like a monster hunting manga. It was, more supernatural in that case. Like Ichigo would just go find a new monster, and then all of a sudden, fucking spirit samurais came out of nowhere. Then it also knows the spirit world. So Kubo, Bleach began to adapt and evolve all the way up until the Soul Society arc. And then it really began to fall off. Now the enemies evolved. Now Hollows aren't stupid monsters anymore. Now they're Basta Lord, or they're Adhuchas, and they're Basta Lordes, and now they're Spada and whatever Arankars. But if you look at the arc structure, it's exactly the same as the previous arcs. Friend gets kidnapped, Ichigo has to invade a new world, and then it proceeds into one-on-one fights. Which again, you can say most shonen does something like that, but to do that right after that, like with even with Hitman Reborn, the arcs have something similar to that almost every arc, but it's done differently and it's done better to me because there's more variation.
Okay, hold on. I have to stop right there. What about Hitman Reborn had repetitive arcs? Because
I wouldn't say all the way. I'm not saying it's repetitive in the sense that all the arcs are the same, but there are repetitive parts to it. Not in a bad way, because obviously
repetitive parts I can kind of agree, but in the art, the closest thing I probably see is closest thing is probably the Varia games to the Rainbow, to the last the Battle of the Rainbow.
Yeah. So you see similar things, which is fine, but in Hitman Reborn, it's more spaced out. It's not Let me do this arc,
Yeah.
and then let me do an arc that's like 80% the same thing right after it. And then when you go into the Fullbring arc, you can say it's homage to fucking the Chapter Black arc from Togashi. To me, that just dang near looks like copyright infringement, to be honest. But whatever, sure, I'll give it as a homage, even though, again, copyright infringement. But then we got to the last arc, which, again, you can say was rushed, but honestly, Kubo even admits himself, he began to really start falling out of love with Bleach. He began to really have this taste for shonen. Even then, even 10 years ago, Kubo really did not like shonen. He did not like his editors. From day one, he was always arguing with them. And Kubo was not a man who's ever really written manga that was meant for a long form, because he really only likes to draw cool shit. And you can really see that his art began to suffer. Not character art. His character art's always been good, but you can see that he's always angled a lot of his fights up towards the sky, so he doesn't have to draw a background. And even in the last arc, he just said, fuck the background. Everything's all white. And then you can see some of the poor foreshadowing, some of the super, super convenient plot weapons come out of nowhere, like Nanao sword. All of a sudden is the perfect sword to counter that light god, Lulibero. So it happens to be that. But you can honestly say that happens in Bleach a lot. Like, and with Ola and Ishida, they just kind of refuse to see these flaws in Bleach. Like, they'll sit there and they'll try to debate you all day about it. And, like, these are objective flaws. Now, anime quality is always subjective, but there are objective writing issues. There are certain things you can point to that this is a flaw. And that's why I don't like when people say entertainment is purely subjective, because writing is not. Enjoyment is, but writing is not. Like, there are certain things that are flawed, especially when there's objective good and objective bad in certain scenarios, which again is a very touchy subject. But with people like Ola, I feel like he's very contradictive. Like, he'll say...
Did you say Olaf?
Yeah, Ola.
I thought you meant Olaf for a second.
Oh, Ola isn't OLA, One Look Anime.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you said OLA.
Change it to One Look Anime.
Hola.
Dude, first of all, side note, I can't believe this nigga Ola tried to tell me that his name wasn't an abbreviation. I made your fucking name. Because nobody want to say One Look Anime. Of course, it's a fucking abbreviation.
Funniest fucking thing, Bushy also told me this, like, I remember, like, all I tried to get on Bushy's ass, like, oh, you don't even know how to scale fucking Bleach. Literally, Bushy does half of the whole fucking scans for him to post it.
No, he said you don't even read Bleach. I was in here like, boy, who has all the dang near a bunch of Bleach swords in his house, dang near the entire manga, and has made posts about Bleach, and who fucking gives Sage all his fucking Bleach skins? I don't read Bleach. So I'm sitting like, wow. Okay, back to what I was saying is that JoJo has very similar flaws. Well, again, JoJo's better. Objectively, to me, is better. But he'll never call out anything wrong with JoJo, and he'll justify it. But if it's another anime, say like Fairy Tail, which is pretty trash, but I'll admit I kind of like it. But he'll ride them for very similar flaws. Or he'll call Spider-Man a pansy, a Mary Sue, a pussy, and have not read 90% of his comics. But
yeah, I
then
wasn't there for the whole Spider-Man thing. Even I kind of disagree with that. Like, I haven't read much Spider-Man, so I wouldn't know. But from what I have read, he doesn't seem that Mary Sue-ish.
And again, people have different opinions of what a Mary Sue means. Like, some people say it's powerful, it doesn't suffer. Spider-Man is strong, he's not powerful. He suffers all the time. That's why Spider-Man took off so well, because he was so relatable. He had money issues, he had girl issues, he had dual identity issues. Spider-Man's life sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And he's always powering through it no matter what he goes through. He always says, you know what, I'll pick myself up and I'll continue doing it. Yes, he's given up being Spider-Man, but he always comes back. And again, that's very human. Not anybody can be a superhero and just keep losing and doing so much good and being hated for it. That to me is what makes Spider-Man such a good character, because no matter what he does, people hate him.
Oh shit! I come back and here we go.
Don't make me get back on. I was talking about Spider-Man in general. Make me get back here and roast Far From Home. Because I can tell you
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Hey, chill. I haven't seen Far From Home yet. Chill, stop.
We're not gonna talk about it.
Bushy liked it. He was like, bro,
Spider-Man
it's like the best Spider-Man movie ever, dog. Like, bro,
I
he
liked
was
it.
like,
I liked it.
Sage's opinions are relevant. This dude will like anything with a web swinger in it.
You're not wrong though.
Sage's opinions are relevant.
Spider-Man.
But
Spider-Man.
Hey, I'm
But
gonna
honestly,
send him some Miles Morales' Peter Parker porn. Let's see how he likes that.
oh my god.
I've seen way too much of that, and it is horrible.
I've seen it too on accident, and I was not here for it. Was not. I sent. I remember that time I sent Spider-Man X fucking Captain Marvel sent. Shit was
But that's
funny.
I was searching for that for a long
Fucking
time.
sent me that. I don't know why.
I need Ara memes now. Come on, that shit's funny. Ara, that shit's funny. But again, I'm a very like with
Should do that
Spider-Man. I
with
just
Hades
don't
and
see
a noob.
Mary Sue-ish, and to call Spider-Man a pussy for human feeling to me is ridiculous. And then to say Hulk doesn't have a character, and then Ola, remember Ola's the same person then got mad at Bill Maher for saying, I like comics. I read a few comics when I was a kid, and then proceeded to talk shit about all of comics and say, well, he's a hypocrite. He doesn't even read comics. So how can he use his broad statement? I was like, didn't you just do that with Spider-Man and Hulk? Did you not just do that? That's why I used to call him fucking Bill all the time. But I can't. To me, I just can't stand hypocrisy. I know every human is, a hypocrite at some point, because it's almost impossible not to be a hypocrite at, some point in your life. But to be so blatant about it and then not realize it, and notice Ola never defends himself on it, because every time I'm debating him, he'll just be like, "Oh, shut up. That's why your Gundam suck," and then he'll leave because he can't defend himself.
So, anytime we try to debate, he'll just go straight to insulting you for no reason.
And then he'll just leave, like he won. Ola's honestly, I like Ola. He's good at Hunter x Hunter stuff, but he's a god awful scaler, god awful, terrible,
God off. Jesus.
god awful. Like honestly, dang near Ambu level sometimes.
You hear that? You hear that, Ola? Them fighting words.
Okay.
The only reason I'll give you
Ambu level.
the only reason why Ola's better than Ambu, to be honest, is because he hangs out with TS. He's good by association because he knows that we would flame. Like, remember when Sage used to start fucking up? I used to be on his ass. Like, what the fuck are you doing? This is retarded.
Finally.
Wanna know what's
That was my
funny?
thing.
The only thing that Bushy has gotten me on is I misspelled Baki, Bane versus Yojiro, and he was like, you put Baki, dumbass. I was like, oh right, I did, and I corrected it. That's the only thing he's corrected me on.
Cause my thing is, like I said, I like when people, again, I don't expect everyone to have read every single comic book or every chapter of a manga, but if you're gonna put EOS Yusuke versus this other character, I'd expect you to have at least gotten to the end of the fucking series. Like, how are you gonna judge an EOS battle if you haven't even got to the end of the series of what you just made? I don't get that. I don't. Like when he put fucking Kuwabara, like EOS versus Yami from Black Clover, I'm sitting here like, you just
Wait, who did that? Who did that one?
Sage,
Uh,
other Sage, Meg.
yeah, worse Sage.
I was like, so we're going to ignore the fact that Kuwabara can cut through fucking dimensions and is a multi-planet buster by this time. We're going to ignore that. And
No, but Yami can cut through dimensions too. Yami can cut through dimensions as well. It's literally never been stated what type of dimensions. It says dimensions.
Dimensions is a very broad term too. Like literally,
Dimension can
Kuwabara
mean anything.
Yeah. So again, I'm not one to pick too. I'm about to lie. I'm a very nitpicky person, as you can see.
Yeah.
From reviews. I'm extremely nitpicky, but I just expect people to at least know what the fuck you're talking about. To me, that is not a lot to ask. If you're gonna make a battle and make it a serious post, because sometimes I'll just roll it out. I'll be like, fucking 2B versus Genos. I know that they're at least around the same tier, but 2B kind of has some hacks. They're at least around the same tier. I know that for a fact. But I'm not like a super in-depth scaler on 2B. Like, I could be wrong, and 2B could be like outer verse, so I wouldn't know. But that's just me fucking joking. Granted, I would do research about it, and again, or if I don't know, and characters are similar in ability, I'll put equal stats. Like my Kula versus Killua. You could argue Kula would smack Killua 8 ways to Sunday. So what I do, I put at equal stats, so that way it'd be more fair. And maybe I should have got rid of that little nin ability thing,
I
where
have like
if you don't
really
get nin, you
underrated
fucks.
ass fucking versus battles.
Shut up.
I
You're
like
just
underrated versus battles because to me those, I mean, granted the higher, the most overrated ones get attention, but
I
like
mean, I
I'm tired
like,
of the same
look at
debate.
this, look at this, look at this. I'm about to send y'all
Look,
some shit. This is the
nobody
TS
cares.
chat.
First of all,
Wow,
Yojiro with
wow.
Waxbane.
I still
I
need to
mean,
finish Baku.
I think Ken would probably win. Isn't Street Fighter like have some weird ass scaling? I don't know Street Fighter scaling, so but I'm gonna assume. Although I think Baki's a better fighter, to be honest. I think Baki's a better fighter, but I don't know. Ken would really help him if Ken could just one punch him. But again, I don't understand how people think One Punch Man could solo anime based off the feats that we've seen.
On what
Like,
basis?
oh, he's infinite, proven by that sentence he said. So Goku blowing up a universe or something akin to it versus that sentence. Goku actually doing said thing versus that sentence. Damn.
Yeah, they
that
hit you with that.
sentence-
Oh, but he didn't actually do it. He's just like they just said it. Wow, then that's
Not to mention, how is Saitama going to say blow up a galaxy? Is he going to punch space? He's going to punch space.
Man, I remember when me and Armando, right, Bushy, we were like making fun of like the One Punch Man season 2 opening. You know that little segment where like it's animated where he's punching through monsters and then there's a whole galaxy in front of him and then he just punches. And it made a joke like, oh, he's galaxy level.
Galaxy level.
Remember that time he got scratched by that cat? Clearly. That cat, bro.
Nemean
Naruto
versus
versus
Saitama?
that.
Question mark?
Infinite cat right there.
Strongest cat in fiction, bro. That cat transcends fiction. Solo feathering.
Bro, somebody do that. Featherin versus One Punch Man cat.
We should do it. We should do that. But I don't get the IBC anymore. Maybe I'm stupid and I thought the IBC was supposed to be the elite class of Instagram debaters. But then when I got into it and started looking at it, I'm like, this is retarded. You guys are worse than some of these Dragon Ball cards. What the fuck is this?
This is how
we got Beyonder claiming he's the king of the IBC, so we can't.
The strongest
can't do that.
characters from One Punch Man, top 3 is Cat
On my
Nigga,
mask.
Moomin Rider,
Cat Nigga.
and Mosquito Boy.
Like, hold up. Didn't I beat Beyonder in a debate like a year ago? Fucking Ichigo versus Goku. Destroyed him.
Wait,
Then
who
Sen
did
beat
you
him
have?
I had Ichigo, of course. And then he was like,
I've murdered Beyonder on several occasions, and he refuses to admit it.
You know, I fucking
I have scans. I have scans on that.
I didn't even debate him.
I have 2 of our entire.
I
debate
didn't even
screenshots.
debate him in a versus battle on who would win. I wanted to disprove his claim that fucking Akira Toriyama proved or based off his Ultra Instinct thing off Bruce Lee, and I told him on what basis, what knowledge or scans or facts do you have about this? It's like, oh, this one quote, and I was like, okay, but has Akira Toriyama ever referenced this?
Well, with my vast knowledge of Akira Toriyama, the reason why I'd say that that's not entirely factually wrong is because we all know Toriyama was a huge fan of both Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee, and if you really look at his original manga or really original printout for Dragon Ball, Dragon Boy, it does take some cues from
Dragon
Jackie
Boy.
and Bruce Lee. And if you look at Dragon Ball manga and anime, there is clearly a Bruce Lee lookalike in the series. So,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
So-
there was a dude. His name was literally Jackie Chung.
Yeah. So I mean, it was Roshi, but so with all that being said, that Ultra Instinct is not just a new concept in martial arts. In fact, most anime actually tend to have this at some point. And honestly, Ultra Instinct in its most basic form is just being able to do without thinking, instinctually. You're doing it right now. Like when you're playing a video game, are you consciously thinking about the buttons you're pushing, or is it mostly muscle memory? So once you're able to do something like that, once you're able to play a game, once you're able to just draw something without just on instinct, just do so. Any skill that you do, like for maybe at least 10,000 hours at least, you become it's like so in tune with it that you don't need to think consciously about it most of the time. Like, cause you ever notice you're playing a video game and your mind just kind of shut off and you're doing it, but the moment you start thinking again, you start fucking up. That's a lot of what that is. So, Ultra Instinct is not just this kind of concept. So to say it's based off purely Bruce Lee's quote, I'd say it's true in a way, but also wrong because Bruce Lee didn't make this. Like Bruce Lee didn't start this. Maybe he was the first one to talk about it in English, but he definitely wasn't the first person to come up with the concept. So,
Yo, Bushy.
What's up?
Sekla wants to join. Well, he wanted to let y'all know he want to join.
Invite the nigga. Isn't the
Fuck
party
it,
public?
dude. The more the merrier.
Is the party
My
public?
favorite.
Bro, we got
More
like,
the merrier.
there's like a total of 8 members in my TS list, and that's like literally everybody that can be in here.
Yo, which one is he again? He is.
Antic Snipes, I think.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Anti-Snipes, yeah.
Antic Snipes.
Takes names. I don't see him on my friend list. Is he on?
Yeah, he's playing offline, but
I got him.
freaking.
I like how through the
I like it.
remainder, I like how since the beginning of TS we have literally carved and bodied through like the majority of like Instagram, through like Rose, anti-debating gods beyond.
But we do it too casually though. Like I don't even debate. Like remember that time I had to deal with Hitman Broly, and he couldn't even defend his point. Like that wasn't even a debate. I was just asking you to defend your logic, and he was just like, I was like, what? Defend your logic. This is why I don't like Instagram debaters. I also don't like the whole attack potency fallacy thing to me. Like if your attack potency is higher, you automatically win. Now, this isn't true to me.
That's just Dragon Ball people. That's just Dragon Ball people.
Cause like I know even with Hack, I was like, who would win, Shia Poof or
Shia
Kurasu
LaBeouf?
from Shia the fly dude from Hunter x Hunter versus
I'm calling no Shia
Kurasu
LaBeouf now.
from Yu Yu Hakusho, right? And Hack was like, well, Shia Poof's like city level and like Kurasu's mountain level, so like he would get one shot. And I was like, true, maybe he'd get one shot, but also Shia Poof has better regeneration and whatnot. But my thing is that that's not taking into account strategy, ability, agility, or motive at all. Like you're just taking into account power. And to me, fights are based more than just power. So that's why I kind of do like these more underrated fights. These more maybe you would call underdog fights. Now, granted, if you're taking Goku versus fucking Guy Sensei, then no.
Hey, guy can bend time.
Man,
space
Sage
with his
really
kick.
talking shit right now, acting like I won't smack you on MK right now. Boy!
Getting clapped by fucking the demon of hatred right now, hush.
Bro, don't even talk to me, nigga. You haven't even finished the game. I made it. You know what's so sad? This nigga Bushy claimed this game is so hard. I finished the first boss. This game is considered like hard as shit, like one of the hardest games this year. I beat one of the fucking bosses. First time playing the fucking game. This nigga did not finish it. I beat the boss for I beat the I'll play the game. Shut your ass up.
I just have the game. I don't play it.
Excuses.
Bro, you literally no life this game. You have more hours.
No,
in the game.
I'm a no life now.
You can know watch every game.
You literally have more hours in this game in a week than me, who had the game for like 6 months.
I love the fucking game, and I'm better than you, trash.
I mean, yeah, you are. I don't play this shit. But then, like,
play this shit, scared ass nigga. Scared of the
This is
demon
not
of
my-
hatred.
bro, the demon hates that nigga, bro. That one dude who was talking shit, cause this other YouTuber I talk to all the time, he was talking so much shit to SJ. He was like, you can't beat the demon of hatred on New Game Plus, and I was trying to defend SJ. I was like, man, SJ can do it, but right now, regular demon of hatred is kind of clapping him right now, so I might be looking stupid out here in these streets, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Hey, you're just mad on. You're just mad.
Yeah,
kid.
dude, you don't have any idea how many fucking YouTubers I have to clap. Like, remember, anybody know who Ventus SGN is?
No.
He's a Dragon Ball Xenoverse YouTuber. He's a fucking pedophile too. But I remember me.
Oh
and, I remember
wait.
me-
Does he have like a Jaren profile pic on his YouTube shit?
I don't know. I don't look at his YouTube. He's faggot. But I remember me and Mike fucking clapped him in Xenoverse like a whole bunch of times, and the one time he won, he uploaded it to YouTube.
Fucking Sheikah clapped the shit out of Afro Senju on
That shit was funny.
Just Force.
No, that shit's funny. I mean, only YouTubers I really talk to like that. I mean, Tekken's on my friend list, but we don't talk a lot.
Hey, no, send me Tekken's account. Send me Tekken's account.
It's literally his YouTube name. It's literally his YouTube name. Like,
Oh, shut up.
I'm gonna go to my friends and I'm gonna look, make sure I'm not lying, because it could be like Tekken 101 _ Let me look.
The good old days
Yeah,
when
that's-
Hades used to have Savage Boo as an account.
You know, there's some people who still think Hades and Savage Blue aren't the same person.
I remember when
we should roll with that. Just let that be a running joke.
I did, because I remember every time somebody asked me where Boo was, I said, "Oh, he committed suicide."
Oh.
And then Boo would agree. And Hades be like, "Yeah, man."
Yeah, but he went out.
He went out like a
And
homie.
it's shit's fun. I have fucking Awakened Alucard on my PlayStation list actually. This internet is fucking trash. God damn it, only games Tekken play is fucking Fortnite, Persona 5, and fucking.
That's an automatic
that
yo. This
Jason
nigga got Fortnite on this shit.
Right? That's what I was saying.
Hey. Fortnite is not even that bad. It's not even that bad.
I've never touched Fortnite ever in my life.
No, download Fortnite right now. We're playing Fortnite. TS plays Fortnite. That's gonna be our new
Asking
series. TS
Bushy
plays
to download Fortnite, it's like telling Mega Player to go get a hot ass celebrity to go fuck him.
What?
Yeah. Okay. Yes. And I'm gonna just screenshot it and send it to you. I'm gonna just send it to you.
I'm hungry, man.
You look
Come
like.
eat
Why are
this
you at a
dick, nigga.
hotel? You getting hoes out here in these streets?
Something like that, man. Something like that. No, I'm like really about to order some damn wings, though.
Wow, not even
Oh,
gonna
and
share.
you're not
So.
gonna share with squad.
I was just thinking the same thing.
Let me
Look at
send
it.
it across the country real quick.
Sage
Yeah.
probably, if we were to make a TS house, Sage would probably eat all our food with our name on it.
I mean, to be honest, I probably eat the most out of the group. Like,
Just like be rolling up, like ready to eat that one plate I left in the fridge. Open it up. Who the fuck ate my food? Just look at in fucking Bush's room, empty ass plate, watching them play
I'll eat the
Yu-Gi-Oh.
quesadillas, man. I'll eat all of the quesadillas.
Are you saying like one's Mexican?
Yeah.
My one goal is for everybody, for all of us, to make a TS house and just like hang out and eat. Since like Bushy's always talking about
Just
eating
hang out
burritos.
and eat. Nothing else
Okay,
in
I'm
life.
gonna order this nigga like 50 burritos.
bro, like,
God.
you don't understand. Like, I'm Pizza Hut's favorite customer because every time I go there, I order like 2 pizzas, cinnamon sticks, cheese fries, and fucking wings.
Bro,
Every
what is your
time.
diet?
Bro,
Jesus
I eat
Christ.
a lot, dude. Like, dude, it's
Did
not.
you at
like,
least
I
eat
should-
healthy shit, nigga? Fuck.
When I want to, yeah. I mean, I'm really about to go get some macaroni and cheese at my
Oh
refrigerator.
my
right
fucking
now.
god.
But like,
you been to Luby's?
imagine fucking Shaggy from Scooby Doo, and you have a valid image of my food intake. I'm literally an anime character.
Which is the
when it
one
comes-
person I would not trust to cook food for all of us.
You cook roaches, man.
You're Mexican, no one cares about you. Speaking of which, remember that time I did Rap God in Hades' voice?
that was legendary.
Oh, dude, that was fucking funny. Oh man, I remember when fucking I need to talk to Neko again. I haven't talked to Vicky in a while. Talk to her every. so
I've seen her post every once in a while, but I think that she isn't really that active.
She used to have like the hardest crush on me, bro. That shit was funny.
And Lucky, she's freaking fine. She's like the only Mexican
Wait,
female I've ever
who?
been attracted to. Oh my.
We don't need to talk about that. I
Wait,
don't
who?
need to talk about that. Ain't that bitch like 15? Whoop.
She's 15, 16, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
I mean,
which
16 is
chick?
technically legal, but
What chick y'all
her
talking
tits are
about?
kind of huge for a kid though. But ignore that I just said that. Like,
What
she's
fucking
16,
chick are y'all talking about?
Hold on,
but
I'll send a
remember
picture in a second. I can get to it.
that time fucking Sin posted that selfie from I think Q dared her to. He had those fucking glasses.
Yeah. No, it wasn't. It was DRX. It was DRX. No, DRX made me take the post, but Q was the one who told me to post it.
Fucking I was dead. I was like, why you look like Steve Urkel?
Bro, I don't want to
Q was
hear
like,
you
yeah, you
talking
know that.
bushy about appearances. Your ass over here tripping with these Snapchat filters. I don't even want to hear you talking. I don't even want to hear you talking.
Bro,
You
see Q as a
fucking
girl? Oh my
wilded
God,
out
Q
here,
is mad
dog.
ugly as a chick. Hold on, I want you to
I
hold
fucking
on.
seen that.
I'm about to send that shit. I'm about to send that. I'm about to send all the chick TS members to the chat. Hold up. Let me get in my chick bag right quick. So we got Q. We got me. I know Gowasu in here too. We got Gowasu and we got Meg. TS bitch. Bro, Meg is ugly as shit. I'm sorry.
Don't do Meg lately.
Bro, look at Meg's face. Look at Meg's face. I sent them all to TS.
Shut up, Meg.
Those damn glasses.
Oh, we need to, no, let me catch Sin out here.
Stop it.
Y'all, Sin gender bit? Question mark.
Honestly, no, this may sound egotistical, but I'm pretty sure I'm the baddest bitch in TS. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I mean,
Bro,
low
look.
key though. Low key. I mean, stuff.
Like, look at the pictures I just sent to the chat, bro. Like, out of all those, I'm killing y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I look like Eiley, bro.
Arguably, I haven't done that shit, so yeah, it's still questionable.
I mean, like, I'm fucking killing. Like, bro, look at Q. It looked like a whole transvestite. Gowasu looked the most like a chick out of those three, and then Sage over here looking like fucking a chick that sounds like her name is Murdith.
Female Dan looks like female could see ends all of her sentences with either bruh or nigga.
Where is fucking Kanye in here talking? I can't hear him if he is.
Let me see these pictures. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god.
I told you,
just
I'm
out
pretty-
here
I'm-
wilded, bro. Come
Bro,
on.
I'm the baddest bitch in TS. I'm sorry, ego flex. I mean, I may be on Team Ugly as dude, but like, I'm killing y'all as a chick. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't know why TS never lets me be an ugly gang. I didn't start it.
You didn't. You did not start Ugly Gang. Even people who, if you're in Ugly Gang, you don't go around repping Ugly Gang. You're not supposed to be happy about being in Ugly Gang.
Bro, it's called being ugly and proud. You gotta rep who you are, not what you are.
You're not supposed to be ugly. Imagine being ugly.
But see, ugly gang.
Could be
See,
me, bro.
y'all niggas, I swear, y'all be getting all these hoes and then still trying to.
Whoa. Who here gets who here? I mean, SSJ5 probably does. SSJ5 probably does.
I mean, I did have a bitch in my school lay on my lap before, but like, yeah, that's not it.
Whoa.
Bro, how long ago was that? How long ago was
I
that?
was in high school. I just graduated like this year. The boy going to college. So what's up? I just fucking fell off a cliff.
Fucking stupid.
Watch my fucking stream.
I like how fucking Sage is over here on lurking in the chat like he's not trying to agree that I'm just beefing TS right now.
I think he just ignored it completely because he don't want no part of it. Like, fuck
You guys
is
didn't say
this?
homosexual, man.
Bro, I told a bitch
Sexual,
that
bro.
today. Cause I told her my brother was living with me today, and she was like, "That's gay." I was like, "It's not gay. It's homosexual, bitch."
Always stealing my words, Bushy.
Man, you be stealing my shit, especially my sniper thing. It's my thing. Like every time I'm like shooting somebody, I'll be like sniper. just because I know it's annoying as fuck. But like I'm a sniper.
And y'all think that's annoying? Y'all should fucking hear his ugly ass voice. The fucking voice he does when he plays Yu-Gi-Oh! I swear to God.
My trolling voice.
What?
That's how to know I love you.
I'm telling you, they're like this.
I like to play this card in attack mode
I
because
feel like,
it
I feel
does
like he
this
just
and
gave
it's
the mic
awesome.
to some midget right now.
You know nothing.
What the?
Yeah, I'm telling you. This is what I gotta deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah, you deal with that.
I mean, people say, like, I remember one time someone asked if I was a voice actor, and I was like, no. And they're like, but you should go do that, though. And I was like, no. I'm not trying to get caught in the Sean Schimmel cases. Bro, Sean Schimmel is such a bitch.
Yeah. I saw some. They talk about Sean. Like something happened with Sean. What happened with that?
So
He,
alright. Let's just like not focus on the Vic shit and just focus on Sean Schimmel himself. Bushy. We'll get into that other shit in a bit.
I mean, we don't need to talk about Vic. I mean, Sean Schimmel has been Sean Schimmel has been accused of sexual harassment multiple times, I believe. Sean Schimmel is a jealous ass nigga. He'll refuse to come to cons if anybody else who ever played Goku is there, or he'll bar other Goku voice actors there. He
That's
fucking
ironic
hates-
because like he went to the fucking one where like the Japanese one was there.
Yeah, but I mean, he has to respect her because he can't be like, get this bitch out of here. He has to be on her team, or he'll be like,
I feel like Sean Schimmel cucks down in front of her. I feel like he does.
I know for a fact he hates Maseko X. Oh god, he's been trying to get Team 4 Star shut down for some years now, and then he's always on fucking Twitter talking about how cool he is, and he's like, you think I'm a beta? I'm not a beta. And he's always crying on Twitter. He can't take criticism for nothing. I remember like it was 10 years ago, maybe 12. He was talking about how he I don't want to be Goku anymore. I don't want to do the role anymore. I'm getting tired of it. Blah blah blah. And then Raging Blast came out, or it was when Battle of Gods came out, so it wasn't 10 years ago. Then all of a sudden he's back on the Goku train. I was like, hey, your bank account started drying up, didn't it? Because you know Goku's the only role people know you for. Like, I know him as that one scientist in Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, Midamaru from Shaman King, which y'all should all watch. Shaman King's fire. Honestly, Bleach stole some shit
Fuck
from
this
that.
fucking demon.
He played Batman in the iOS game. Good job there, bud. You're Batman in a little video game nobody cares about. And he's Goku. So, and again, he's played many other characters, but mainly Goku. We all know him Goku. With Chris Sabat, you can name like 20 other people Chris Sabat has been. And even then, Chris Sabat's kind of a bitch-ass nigga too. But, like, honestly, most of Funimation's voice actors are kind of bitch-ass niggas. Like, not all, but a good... I mean, I think Chuck Huber, as far as I know, is pretty good. That's the guy who plays 17 in Hiei. Obviously, Vic Mignogna, I like him for the most part. And,
Nigga chillin'.
there's a few others. There's definitely a few others, but I just don't like Funimation anymore because they keep putting their politics in it. They're putting their I hate to call it leftist agenda, but they're putting a lot of Gamergate references and maybe ComicGate here. It's pretty clear what political party they side on. Again, I'm a centrist. I don't care, but that's not in the original author's creation, and I'm sure that author doesn't want you putting your politics in their series that they have nothing to do with. Like, that's just me.
Unless
like,
you get into Gundam.
Bro, and then fucking, dude, I was so mad when they announced the guy who's writing the live-action Gundam movie. I was like, dear God. Because one, a live-action Gundam movie cannot come out in this political climate because Gundam is already political. And I already know they're gonna make a lot of Trump references. I guarantee you there will be a Trump-like character in that movie. And then the guy who writes the Gundam movie is famous for the comic book Saga, which is a decent enough comic book, but it's pandering to the LGBTQ community for the most part, from what I hear. Granted, I haven't read it, but I know what I read of it. So again, if I want to form a true opinion, I should go read it myself. But as far as I know, it's a bunch of LGBT people, and I'm just not here for all that in Gundam. Like, I'm cool with representation, sure, but I swear to God, if my boy Amuro comes out gay as fuck, I have a problem. I'm having a problem. I don't care if you make a new character and they're gay, trans, a faggot, or whatever else, but I want my core cast to be exactly how they were in the anime and comic book. And to me, that's not a lot to ask for. Like, why?
Damn, someone button smashing like a motherfucker.
That's probably me. That is probably me.
Yeah. Wow, fucking Kanye's retarded. He forgot he joined that party. Like, is his mic not even on?
Call that nigga Kanye West.
Fucking Kanye 2020 though. I honestly, I do not like. I don't know what political side T is most of that. I feel like most of them are centrist. I mean, I know Dem's more of a conservative, at least the way he talks. But I think most of TS is mainly centrist. I know a lot of us make fun of SJWs, but I don't think that's more of a political thing. I think that's more that they're fucking with our entertainment and not cool, bro. It's like,
I mean, and then there's me and fandoms who think like abortion's like fucking stupid.
I don't really mind it, to be honest. I don't really care. That's just me. I don't care. I mean, one reason why I'm very much neutral on this act, because choice is choice, but if you start allowing the government, because again, Democrats are for larger government, Republicans are for smaller government, and if you start letting the government really talk about what you can and can't do with your body, you're allowing the government in your body, and I'd rather not start that. Granted, they already do with certain medications and drug intake, but choices that have to do with your own reproduction, I don't really think that the government should be involved too much in that. And again, there's the Hyde Amendment, which keeps taxpayer dollars from going to said thing. So if my taxes aren't paying for something, even if I disagree with it, like if I disagree with abortion, I would want my taxpayer dollars going forward, but I don't want to fund it in any way, shape, or form. And the Hyde Amendment stops that. Granted, again, like I said, I don't care about the issue.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta head out.
All right, later, man.
Alright, later,
Peace.
man. Stay chill. Stay breezy.
Goodbyes. But then, so like I said, abortion to me is, granted, I think the concept of it, TS took a dark turn. This went from anime to abortion. But to me, again, the concept of it killing a fetus is whatever to me. Granted, I'm a nihilist. I don't care about the human population like that. But I mean, I also don't think a person should be forced to have a child if they don't want it, especially if they know they can't take care of it. Like, then again, me being from a family who neither parent could do so, maybe my outlook on it is different. And then you can always say, well, they could have had the kid and put it up for adoption. Again, knowing that the adoption system is terrible, a lot of those lives those children have are terrible. And again, there are a few success stories. My friend Anthony is one of them. But it's just kind of hard for a child, especially a young one, to go bouncing from home to home and to be a foster kid. It's not a very good life.
Yeah, I can understand that. It's like, it's fucking...
So to me, it's not like... So when I think of abortion, I'm not thinking, I'm not thinking of it in terms of child killing. And to me, I hate to say it, but to me, it's almost like a mercy killing. But then again, you can always argue that you never know what that child will grow up into. Like, that could have been the kid to cure cancer. Like, you never know what your child could have been. Your child could have been the next Michael Jackson, regardless of his upbringing. Your child could have been the next, Austin, or he could have been the next Hitler. We never know. We would like to assume he'd be something good. Or maybe you just aborted the next Hitler. Who knows? But it's always a 50-50 toss-up. So, again, that's just my stance on it. So I don't really have a militant stance. I just don't think...
Yeah, and there's always like that little 50-50 there,
And so I guess you could say I'm on the like when I'm going past Planned Parenthood, I'm looking at all these people and they're out there protesting it and they're always talking about my money shouldn't go to this, and I was like, it doesn't. The Hyde Amendment already stops that. If you've done any form of research, you would know taxpayer dollars don't go to that. And again, to me, I think the people who were like against abortion, like not the people who are against the idea of it, but the people who are against like it and they're always out there protesting, like one. Planned Parenthood does far more than just abortion, and it's really sad that people don't realize that they do a lot of stuff for early child rearing and prenatal care. They do a lot of stuff outside of abortion, and for people to protest Planned Parenthood as a whole, it just shows me their lack of knowledge on what they do. They just don't like abortion, and again, it doesn't truly affect you as like it doesn't affect me if someone does it. It doesn't affect my neighbor. It doesn't. But again, I can understand. Yo, who is this? Is this Kanye?
Kanye. Yeah, I wasn't in my room at all.
Kanye? What up, Kanye West? What you doing in my party, dog? I didn't know I was this famous.
Oh.
So what's up with Trump?
Yeah,
Y'all chilling or what? Okay, yo, can I get an invite,
Yeah.
dog? I know that nigga would have McDonald's in that bitch, cause I'm
Sure.
extra dummy hungry, dog. You know how it is out here.
Where the hell did Sage go? We were gonna play
Everybody fucking
Minecraft.
dipped. Oh, we
I
gonna
feel
play
like his-
Minecraft? Dog, damn, Alright. Alright, I'm. Well, I don't know what do you call me now, Bushy? I mean, I have two
What?
names, technically three names, my real name and then my two instas.
We can
I mean, what works for you? Juan, Zoda, or SSJ?
maggot.
Yeah, you a bitch, you know that? You a bitch. And Kanye is a part of the TS chat, right? Alright, but alright. There you are. Alright. You're on my TS list.
But what are you playing right now, Bushy?
So I'm on
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Sekiro, he's
Oh,
on
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm just streaming right
I'm
now,
just-
TS
Tired
podcast.
of winning.
So
I wanna-
the podcasts are just random stuff, basically.
I mean,
Talk about
today it was.
jokes, moments, highlights. We make fun of niggas,
Oh.
Politics, the usual.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. We were making fun of Anbu lately.
Yeah,
Oh,
how dumb them
God,
niggas
I don't
are.
know who that.
The Anbu scaling people.
Oh, I knew those people.
I mean, I'd hesitate to call them people. Subhuman ingrates.
I roasted Bushy because he couldn't be Sekiro, but it is what it is.
Never tried to. Oh my god,
Apparently
if you
it's
don't have
full
the
of-
finisher.
I think it's full of Negroes, according to Meg, or whoever you call that old sage.
According to Meg. Oh, I can't remember what calls him fucking Meg. Oh, and this dude just quit the duel before my first turn. Trash! I'm not the go. This is why I don't be on Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that, or I don't duel online anymore, because everyone's a fucking chicken who can barely ever beat me.
Oh shit. Hold up. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and take your shit.
Wow, you would say that in the middle of the stream. I guess the stream is technically
Yeah.
over. You can end the podcast now.
Yeah, it's just everyone left. It seems like.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you have a TS podcast without SSJ taking the shit moment in there, I mean, is it really a podcast?
I mean, it's considered it's the first episode. I guess it's an ongoing joke now.
What are you doing?
mom.
Oh,
You shut up. Go over there. Well, when you're
No,
done,
like,
hurry up,
shut
because I gotta
something
take a
goes
shit. Please,
Oh my
I gotta
God.
take a shit.
is he still streaming?
Apparently.
I mean, yeah.
Uh,
Bro.
There's been
see,
worse things live on stream.
Bruh. If my homie Snow
You
the
know, that's
Don don't
actually
quit,
kind of like scary, weird, and sad at the same time for me to say that. There's been worse things on live streams to happen, and I'm just about to take a shit live on stream. But yeah,
bro,
you
look
know.
at like SJ, check your phone. Look at my homie S fucking Snow out here wilding out here.
Oh yeah.
I I honestly don't know what to play.
I mean, you can play Dead or Alive.
Damn.
Dead or Alive, I don't have that. I don't think.
It's free.
It is?
Yeah.
I really like her tattoos.
I know I like her tattoos, but she needs to clap out here acting like she's not getting her cheeks clapped right now. Ain't nobody trying to see all that.
Oh yeah, wait. Wait. What? Which Dead or Alive is free?
The core fighters.
Oh, Core
It's like
Fighters.
it's like a glorified demo. It's free.
Yeah, might as well play it.
I mean, if you're a
Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh fan, you could definitely get the Yu-Gi-Oh game. I will destroy you, just so you know. Like I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
I don't know what I would be doing in that game at all.
playing Yu-Gi-Oh. You would lose. Like I'm not even gonna sit here and act like be all humble. I would beat you. I beat YouTubers professionally on this game.
You
It's my
probably will, because I don't know. I wouldn't know what I'm doing in that type of game.
like, oh man, I'm just so tired of people on this game, but they're fucking trash. Like all I ask for is somebody who can beat me in a good duel. And I just can't find it.
I'm so confused about this person. Like, they were fine today, but then, they just turned all emo today.
It'd be like that.
Eh. Jesus fucking Christ.
Yo, man, look at this. Yo, check the true scale chat, yo.
Let me see this shit.
Oh.
Oof. That's
Damn.
that's fucked up.
Very.
I know, dude. Yo, we gotta chill out with this pollution, dog. Them ice. Fuck.
It's kind of late now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I wonder if
I might,
Sage saw my story yet. What's up?
I might get off soon.
You have Jump Force.
No. I'll tell you what. You want to know what I have?
What?
Alright, I'll tell you. I got Black Ops 4, Dead by Daylight, Xenoverse 2, GTA 5, the JoJo Eyes of Heaven, Killer Floor 2, Spider-Man, Minecraft, NBA, and Red Dead, and Battlefront 2. Those are like the games I usually play.
That's crazy. This chick looks like Narrative from Brave. I'd hit that.
I've seen Wreck-It Ralph where they like literally make fun of her fucking accent and they don't know what the fuck she's saying.
I don't know, but I don't give a shit. I'd smash. You don't have to speak English. I don't have to understand what she's saying at all, as long as you understand this. Never mind. Never mind.
Dumb, dude.
Fix your mic, faggot.
Uh,
Bro, I need to find me a hot Latina chick, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna get off. I'll see you guys later.
later, dude. Bro, now that he's gone, bro, he has the most stereotypical nerd voice I've ever heard. Bruh. But he's cool as fuck, though. He sounds like a super nerd. I did not expect Kanye to sound like that. Like, I'm just kidding. Bro, this nigga SOJ needs to end the stream. Like, we have 10 minutes on the stream of nobody saying anything. So, yeah. I'm amazing. I'm the leader of True Scale, aka the greatest being of all time. I mean, the rest of them are kind of cool. But I, as the person who's way better, is way better than them. Oh wow! Look who decided to come back.
I told you I just went to get some snacks.
Oh yeah, Kanye started talking.
Well,
Then he left because you were gone.
well. Do niggas not read the chat?
I didn't read it. I didn't expect Seko or Kanye to sound like that.
Yeah, he sounds like... You know how he sounds, huh? Okay.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's coming back. I didn't expect him to sound like that. I always thought he was foreign for some reason because he'd be messaging me like all different times of the goddamn night. I'd be like, bro, why are you up?
You're not wrong. And I feel like... He talking about because I didn't post it. I was busy, you know?
Someone just knock on my door. Be like, who's knocking on my door at 3 a.m.?
Alright, I'm back.
What's up, nerd?
Chris about to get raped. It'd be like that sometimes.
Just fuck up, nerd.
Oh, there.
You guys are all nerds.
Okay.
I'm the god king nerd. Especially when it comes to Spider-Man. And so Sage, you weren't here, but I realized my finite problem, my largest problem was the MCU Spider-Man.
Now you realize that.
He doesn't earn anything. He doesn't earn anything at all. He's had everything handed to him. And I find that problematic.
He deserves it, man. I don't want to hear it. No homo.
He's like, Spider-Man builds his suits, he does all this stuff, he earns everything. This Spider-Man literally gets his suit handed to him. And I'm not okay with that.
It's a good movie, but it's just not Spider-Man. It's just not Spider-Man. That's it.
Was Kanye here?
Yeah, I was not trying to interrupt.
You, Sage, and me trying to play some Minecraft or what?
I'm waiting for Sage to start up the world.
Well, Sage, let's mine up some diamonds, dog. Help you out.
I just realized that you guys are fake because you guys all have Minecraft and haven't built a giant statue of me.
Well, I was planning to do that in the future. I just didn't tell
I don't know, maybe
Sage
you might
just
need 'em.
yet.
Wow, Sage is the only, or Seko's the only.
One of
cool
my
person.
favorite movies.
Yeah, they're
Like,
trash.
I had a plan. I was gonna build a whole memorial for you.
I'm better, obviously.
Yeah, see, this is why we hired Kanye, not you losers.
Kanye? What's up, dog? Shit, I didn't know you were my party, dog. I didn't know I was that famous. So what's up,
did
dog?
this the first time. You did this
Trying to
the
like
first
invite me
time.
to that Trump shit, dog? Cause I know that nigga had McDonald's and shit. Cause
Nah,
you know I'd be like,
I'll
I'm done, be
invite
hungry.
Bushy, but not you.
Wow. Like, wait, you just
You want me
do
to,
the
want me to
same
keep
joke
streaming,
again?
or you wanna like end it?
I think we've had all our fun. I don't
Alright,
think.
thanks guys for, watching the stream, I know
That's the
most
guy
of
who
you.
left for 10 minutes while taking a shit during complete silence like a fucking amateur.
Said the guys haven't fucking finished the Carol because he's fucking trash. I did not beat the boss before he did on his own game. Yeah. Well, anyways, thanks for watching the stream, guys. Hope y'all liked
Thanks, I'm
it.
already in the
Catch y'all
world.
later.
I didn't know.
Why would you catch them later? Did you throw them earlier?
Yeah,
Stop being a fucking smartass. Stop being a fucking smartass. Oh my fucking god, dude. I hate you. I hate you. Hey, y'all see this nigga right here? Crow or some shit? Yeah, send hate to him. Fuck this nigga. Fuck this nigga. Send hate to this nigga. Y'all already know my subscribers 38. At least stay strong, dog. I hope y'all like the stream. Catch y'all later.